Non-Americans, what is the best American food? European who moved to the States, so I've tried some American dishes that are beyond what is common back home. Lobster rolls. OMG, these would be so popular back home. They are the perfect seafood sandwich. Smoked brisket. Wow. I tried this in some small Texas town, and that place deserves a Michelin star. Key lime pie. I think I ate a whole one by myself when I was in Miami. Chocolate chip cookies. I lived in Asia, and when I visited the USA for 10 days, my entire diet was basically Texas barbecue with all the sides. All the pies: apple, peach, pecan, key lime. Philly cheesesteak. Hamburger and fries. The simple desserts like fudge brownies, chocolate chip cookies, Krispy Kreme plain glazed donuts. Soft drinks like Dr. Pepper and root beer are absolutely hated in Asia. In Vietnam, chocolate chip cookies are called American cookies. I always wondered about this, like if certain dishes or whatever were called American. Like in the USA, we will say, let's go out for Italian food, or whatever. Like if there were an American restaurant in another country, what would be on the menu? Ha! Interestingly enough, the Vietnamese generally also view spaghetti and especially lasagna as American. There was actually a restaurant I saw the first time I was there called Uncle Sam's All-American Grill. They had steak, spaghetti, soda. On the marquee the way Buffalo Wild Wings has wings. Beer. Sports. From a Scottish friend of mine, chicken fried steak with biscuits and gravy. Gotta appreciate it when a Scot compliments another country's deep frying. I'm Italian. I still dream of the meat I've eaten in the USA. Also, Mexican food. By that I mean whatever it is you guys eat in California. Also, junk food. Also, I might have had the 2 best cakes of my life in the US. One was a carrot cake at a wedding, another one was a burnt almond cake. Also, everything that comes with Thanksgiving, the turkey, the mashed potatoes, the deviled eggs. Also, apple pie. Also, I forgot the most important thing. In-N-Out burgers. Also, the breakfast. I loved having that giant-ass food plated and infinite coffee refills. Also, donuts from the local Chinese mom and pop store down the road. Also, bagels. Baked cheesecake. Boston chowder. Pecan pie. Barbecue ribs. Are you telling me it's not general procedure in other countries to take a rack of ribs, grill that bitch with a nice rub, cover it in sugar sauce, then face the entire thing until you get so dehydrated from the salt content that it gives you weird meat dreams? So I'm a European dating an American. I've tried many things so far, but s'mores, man, holy shit, it's perfection. I had the pleasure of watching a table full of folks from Britain eat s'mores for the first time. There was general confusion, but ultimately delight. Biscuits and gravy. Nothing even comes close. A good buttermilk biscuit with a proper sausage gravy is heaven on earth. Because by the end, your heart stops beating anyway. If you've only had it from a restaurant, I can tell you that it gets much, much better. Once in a blue moon, my immediate family from Chicago goes to visit our relatives from bumfuck nowhere, Missouri. Like living on a farm, can't see any other houses, zero cellular reception. Let me tell you, my great-aunt's biscuits and gravy are the best I've had. They're so good that I can't order biscuits and gravy from a restaurant because they all just taste like cardboard and pepper, literally no flavor. She has provided me with the most mouth-watering dish I've ever had, but at the same time ensured that I can only enjoy said dish if I'm at their farm. If you're going to try BNG, find yourself an elderly farmer's wife, haha. My daughter was born and raised in Dallas, Texas, moved to Geneva, Switzerland 6 years ago. Every time she comes home, she packs a giant suitcase with canned chipotles, peppers, social salsa, pounds of chili powder, salsa verde, the works. When she throws a Mexican dinner, her friends go nuts. But their favorites are her fried chicken, she learned from Dad, and they always track down a turkey for Thanksgiving. She's learned my gravy and dressing recipes to the letter. She always sends me pics and videos of her friends freaking out over super legit turkey gravy. So beyond how cool it is that my girl really picked up my love for feeding people, She's brought some family recipes overseas. She works at the UN, so she feeds people from like 9 different countries. Spaniard who lives in the States for 6 years. I liked apple pie, pastrami on rice sandwiches, Tex-Mex, all the things you do with sweet potatoes, virtually any item at a Waffle House, bagels, Reuben sandwiches, chicken and waffles, cheesecake, s'mores, chocolate chip cookies, buffalo wings. I never got into peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I tried, but it wasn't for me. I took my German uncle to Waffle House when he visited. I swear that man ordered every item on the menu. Out of all the restaurants we went to, WH is the only one he still talks about. Obligatory. I'm an American, but this was a friend invited a Japanese exchange student for Thanksgiving. She couldn't get enough of the Southern-style sweet potato casserole with marshmallows on top. Thought it was the most delicious thing ever. I didn't realize marshmallows are very rare outside of the US. I once brought home 2 Brits and my Japanese roommate from college so they could experience an American Thanksgiving dinner. All exchange students. The Brits were shocked by the turkey. Mom went overboard and bought a bird that was roughly the size of a Shetland pony, to the point that they wanted a bazillion pictures with it because they thought nobody would believe them when they talked about dinner to their families back home. My roommate was just bewildered by the sheer number of dishes on the table, and struggled to eat a full-size plate. The Brits, both boys, ate until they fell into food comas. And that was before the pies came out. Good times. Pulled pork. Luckily a couple places make it here too. Pulled pork burger, pizza, pulled pork filled crepes with coleslaw. I miss strawberry Twizzlers. I can't buy it here unfortunately. And strawberry Pop-Tarts too. I also like the bagels, especially the one with chocolate chips. I sliced it in half, put it in the toaster, and then put butter on it. It was delicious. Rice Krispie treats were also surprisingly great. I loved the brioche French toast with blueberries and the brioche itself. Luckily I found a great recipe, so I regularly make brioche French toast with crispy bacon and maple syrup. Was just in Europe and a bunch of people were telling me how excited they were for fast food when they visit the US. I told them In and Out was the best. My friend goes to Paris for work a lot, and said all the team there requests she bring US candy. And chocolate, which is weird to me since Belgian and Swiss chocolate are much better. American pancakes. Hands down. Had an American friend when I was a child, and her mom made the nicest fucking pancakes ever, and they were perfectly round and perfectly fluffy. Replica American pancakes mixes sold in Europe still don't have that same taste, can't get the fluffiness right, and can't get the even brown color. It's impossible.